What does reality look like? What does reality feel like? Last season on Impossible Landscapes, the members of MCell were activated to find a trio of missing Delta Green agents 20 years after the events of season 1. They visited a psychiatric hospital in Boston called the Dorchester House, and to be brief, things went bad. As the Dorchester House was revealed to be a corrupt nexus for the forces of the King in Yellow, and a gateway into his reality, which we call the Night World. Operation Mercy never existed, and the King's forces had lured MCell into the distorted hospital like flies into a fly trap. Forced to depend on a few residents of the hospital who were powerful, but also clearly insane and touched by the King's madness. The agents were ultimately confronted with the disturbingly plausible truth that their own lives, the ones that they had always considered to be real, were the illusion. And the only actual realities were those of the King in Yellow and the play named for them. So Mr. Wilde and King Timothy Bale helped them escape the Dorchester House, but not before a horrifically expanding you-know-what danced them through a carousel of scenes that, as they saw, they knew they were not meant to see, and then at the last moment, with a single touch, disintegrated one of their own. And now, agents, Aaron, Tommy, yes, Marianne, and Thelma, you awake on the morning of Saturday, September 5th, 2015, on the floor of an unfamiliar house. The flooring beneath you has some sort of strange demonic symbol drawn on it. The house clearly seems to be staged for a real estate showing, and in between fits of mental collapse, grief, arguing, shouting, you found business cards for a realtor named Patricia McSwain. You also find that all of the items you had with you before entering the Dorchester seem to be there on hand. Even Aaron, who was transferred to the Dorchester from a different institution. And then Tommy, Maltese, finds a small clockwork child that gives him a note before disappearing. It has sort of a poem on it. And the note on the paper tells you to go now and find J.C. Linz at the Hotel Broad Albin. And it is signed Abby, the missing person who started this whole thing back in 1995. And so you are standing, Maple, Maltese, Mayday, Manglerfish, all of you together in the front room of this house, trying to decide what to do next. Because after all, for the first time in a long time, there is no mission. But meanwhile, across town, Colin, where do we find Nicholas and what is he doing?
Nicholas lives over in Jamaica Plain. Other side of Boston, I believe. I actually don't know precisely what the Dorchester House is, but the Dorchester House is north?
No, Jamaica Plains is...
Jamaica, yeah. I know where Jamaica Plain is, Turk.
Come on, Turk.
So yeah, he's up in North Boston. He is in his little home studio. I say home. It's not his home. It's someone else's home. It's his friend Melly, who has let him stay there rent-free for quite a while. And Nicholas has taken one of Melly's, gave him a bedroom to stay in, but then he took one of Melly's sort of like den thing and completely took it over and made it into a little studio where there's just like a lot of beaded curtains and shit hanging all around. And put up some LED light strips and stuff. Actually, let's get those going because I got those over here. We'll just do some of that action. There we go. And kind of some, oil diffusers and some nice soft music that plays in here. And he's just sitting down in front of a tripod. No, not a tripod, handheld. He's just sitting down at a desk right now with his deck of tarot cards in front of him and kind of talking to himself and getting ready to go live for his 400,000 Instagram followers. What kind of bullshit am I going to do tonight? He looks proper sad, actually. Maybe I could use that. I'm sure there's someone depressed out there that'll find meaning in this or something. I don't know. All right. Kind of like looks into the mirror that he keeps over it and like checks that his hair is properly coiffed. Okay, let's get this over with. Good evening, fellow travelers. It's your mystical guide, Nicholas, here for the evening reading of your fortunes. I see we have a pretty full chat tonight. That's very good. Let's see who we've got now. Yoda Almighty, thank you for coming along. It's so good to see you again, and thank you for, I think it's, what is it now, 8 months of subscribing. That you've been so loyal. I do love and appreciate you so very much. And it looks like Jim, is it? Jim, very good to see you, Jim. Other Doc is in the chat as well. This is delightful. Oh my word, it's just so good to see all of you. I always know that even on my darkest days, and I have had a few in the past and as of late. I always know that I have my mystical family out there waiting for me, and as a gift to all of you, in exchange, I just want you all to know that the ashwagandha tablets and the supplements that I've been selling on the website are now 60% off, and if you use the coupon code MYSTICAL, you get an extra 5% off and free shipping. So that's just a little bit of love from me to all of you. Now let's get right in with the reading. Sammy Scribbles, thank you for coming along, Sammy. Very good to have you here. So who would like speak up in chat, please? I have my deck in front of me. Who here would like to find out what the cards have in store for them? Please, by a show of hands in the chat. Let's see, just sort of who crops up, who has a need. If you feel that your heart is crying out to be told, then please speak up. Yoda, you know my policy, Yoda Almighty. I don't take secondhand requests. You must come to me. You must be your own person, as I have been, and come to me asking to have your fortune read, and I'd be very happy to do it. Yoda, is that perhaps a way of saying that you would like your cards read? Is that? Are you projecting, Yoda? Are you projecting upon to Jim that perhaps you want to know what the cards have in store for it? No, terrifying. Sometimes we must face the things that scare us, Yoda. Oh. You know, Yoda, I think something's just telling me that you need to know what the cards have in store for you, and we're going to do a little. I've got my deck here. We're just going to do a little cut, and see what comes up for you there. Okay. Oh, well that's that's not ideal. As you can see there, that is the Eight of Swords. The symbolism here is quite rich, of course. You see a woman bound and blindfolded next to a river with a castle in the background, and 8 swords to her right. It seems as if she's facing execution. Now, it would be simplistic to think of this as simply a bleak card that only portends terror in your life. And the reason why it would be simple to think that is because that is precisely what it is. I would suggest that you move, perhaps take an assumed name for a time. If you've got any friends you can stay with, I would do that. If you've got a job, quit it, absolutely. And if you need help with any of these, with where your path takes you next, remember that also on my website, my life coaching services are now also 40% off only for this month. So you've got a bit of time. You've got a bit of time to get your foot under the door. And I think, all is not lost, Yoda. All is not lost. I know it seems bleak, but all is not lost. And in fact, let's do one more card pull just to see what reward could be waiting for you. Yes, that does make sense. That does make sense.
When you draw this card, it's as it is. It's the card that you've drawn.
Yes.
But the writing on the bottom that says, Seven of Wands or whatever it happens to be, it's in French.
Oh.
This is a typical Rider-Waite tarot deck. And it's in English usually, but for some reason this one must have been a misprint. It's in French.
Oh, fascinating. Well, perhaps we have a hint then here, Yoda. I did tell you that it would be good to go under assumed name and take off from where you are right now. And I actually have drawn the Hermit for you, which only just confirms what I've already told you. But this is interesting. It's I must have mixed up my decks, but this one is in French. So that's fascinating.
So if anyone speaks French, it's un hermit or something like that. Hermitage.
Un hermite. Yes. Well, perhaps a French vacation is on the cards for you then, Yoda. I would advise it.
Yes, you get to go to France.
Yes, why not? Yes. Now, anybody else out there feel a pressing need to know what the cards have in store for them? I am at your service as ever. Mystical Nicholas is here to help. Okay, Sammy Scribbles. What do we have for you? Okay, let's draw another card here. And is there anything different about this one? Or is it just the card?
You've seen this card before, and it says the same as you've always seen when you've drawn it.
Oh, yes. Ah. Ha. The Fool. Now, the Fool is I think a terribly misunderstood card. It's because of the name. I think it's a sort of lost in translation kind of thing. What you see about the Fool is that the Fool appears as if they are about to step off a cliff, actually, in the imagery. But that's part of the whole charm of being the Fool, is that you step out with reckless abandon into the world of beauty and mystery. As you can see, there's rising waves behind him in a mountain, and there's even a small little dog there. Isn't that charming? And yes, there's so much beauty in the world that's yours to see if you're only willing to take that first step, And perhaps that means that you may fall off a cliff, but you may be hit by a bus at any given day as well. We cannot predict the future. And I'd say, Sammy, for you today, I would say, go boldly in the direction of your dreams, my friend. Do not be afraid of the possibility that you may fall off a cliff. That's always a possibility. Go boldly in the direction of your dreams. I'm not going to sell you anything, but if you do want a little pick-me-up, the nootropics are also 40% off just for this month. You're going to want to use the coupon code BRAINPOWER for that, and that may help you go boldly in the direction of your dreams. Very good. Anyone else?
That coupon code is BRAINPOWER.
That's BRAINPOWER, yes. Coupon code BRAINPOWER, thank you. Yes. Anyone else out there looking to find out what the cards have in store for them?
Someone comes up that we don't see in our chat here with the username.
Why don't you just type for them then?
Oh, sure, but the username for them is...
Of course.
...is as follows. I'll type it into the actual chat.
uClown616. Oh. I see uClown616 has just joined the chat. I don't believe we've been acquainted, friend. I'm Mystical Nicholas. I'm doing a bit of a card draw for my followers. If you like and subscribe right now, you will get a free gift. I won't tell you what it is, but you will get one in due time. Would you like your cards read, friend?
He asks the following.
What deck am I using? I am using a Rider-Waite Smith deck. The Rider-Waite deck, as it's commonly known, is a bit of an insult to the actual artist who actually drew all of these, whose name was Pamela Coleman Smith. So I prefer to refer to the Rider-Waite Tarot deck as the Rider-Waite Smith Tarot deck. And actually on the back here, you can see Ms. Coleman Smith's insignia that she put on the back of each of the cards there. That's Pamela Coleman Smith's little signature. And also the White Rose of Yorkshire, which reminds me of home. The Yellow Emperor... the Yellow Emperor deck. I'm afraid I'm not acquainted with the Yellow Emperor deck. Let's see. I have a... Looking for my... You'll send me one. Oh, okay. Well, that would be P.O. Box 40, Paramus, New Jersey, and everything will be forwarded from there. You have the... Oh. You have the P.O. box, right? You have my P.O. box, I do hope you're referring to. Yes? Sure. Okay. Well, I must confess, followers, that I suddenly find myself feeling deeply uncomfortable. Moderators, if you could please just keep an eye. I think I'm going to go off now. It is, and he just seems like weirdly flustered by that. And he had some kind of canned line that was going to get him off stream, but now he can't remember what it was.
I like that Sam has jumped in as one of the moderators. Like, just automatically. Like, shoot.
I just noticed that.
I love it.
Thank you, Sammy. Yes, yes, please do read the terms of service.
Your moderators, a few minutes later, as you're sort of like putting away your light and all stuff like that, you do get a direct message from your Sammy, who is one of your moderators. You have so many of them, but you
What
love
is
them
the
all.
fourth wall anymore?
Right. You get a message from them saying, "I can't find this username. It doesn't look like it's ever existed." They've got no post history. Even the stuff that they wrote today is gone from the chat.
I think his stream is still live, and he's just like looking at messages right now, like on stream, forgetting that he's still live, and it's just like dead air for like 5 minutes. Oh, dearie me. It is time for me to bid all of you a fine adieu. Don't forget to be don't forget. See you next time.
And the accent slips as he gets rattled a little bit. And you did have to run. You remembered that it's been a weird day so far. The past few weeks, Nicholas has been troubled by bad dreams. And every time he wakes up, he has trouble remembering even what he dreamed about. He just wakes up with a feeling. He wakes up with that feeling of looking for something. You know, those dreams where you're missing something and you're trying to find it, and it's just frustrating, but it also weighs really heavily on him. And so today, he's even a little bit sleepier than normal when he wakes up to do this early morning reading. My camera's about to drop out, and that's the King in Yellow's fault. But he's even sleepier than usual because he wakes up to an alarm at 6:16 a.m., and he doesn't remember setting this alarm. But he checks his calendar on his phone, and he knows that after his initial reading, there is an appointment scheduled for 8 a.m. With a Remax realtor by the name of Patricia McSwain. Now, why would Nicholas be meeting with a realtor? Do you want to share that with everyone?
Well, as I said, he doesn't precisely have a place of his own, sort of crashing with a roommate. So, in order to mollify Melly into thinking that he really is looking for a place to go, it would make sense for him to possibly set an appointment to look at a place. But then, it be oftentimes these real estate showings do have like free champagne and things like that, which is quite nice. Get a mimosa out of the deal, but of course he can't actually afford to move to any of these places, so it wouldn't be a bad idea, I suppose. Though he doesn't recall making this particular appointment.
No, he doesn't. But it is about the time. The appointment is across town. Where does he lives in Jamaica Plains?
Jamaica Plain, yes.
Jamaica Plain, got it. This appointment is over in the what is the name of the neighborhood? Let me check here. Looking. Oh yeah, that's right. It was last season.
Dorchester.
No, it's actually not in the Dorchester neighborhood.
It's not in like Dorchester Heights.
No, it's in. There's a very specific thingamajig on it. Anyways, it's close to there. It's near there.
Milton? Mattapan?
Keep them coming, Turk.
Quincy? South Boston? Somerville?
No.
Cambridge? Watertown?
Codman Square.
Oh, that's like an actual Codman Square.
It's in a nice sort of neighborhood, a nice little section of Codman Square. A little bit, I think, to the west, the houses tend to get a little bit nicer. Further from the city center. And so, is that fair, Turk?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's, it's right next to Dorchester Center.
You're right next to Dorchester Center.
I
got him.
Geographically, you're correct in comparison.
How does Nick make his way to this meeting? How does he travel?
Get out the old Charlie card.
Oh, yes. Take the purple line.
Yeah. He's taking public transportation for sure. He's hopping on the T, baby.
Hop on the T, takes you to a stop a few blocks away, and you start to walk in that direction. And as you approach, you see, according to this address, you're getting close, and you see that across the street from what you assume to be the property is a silver Jaguar. The car, not an actual Jaguar. Anything can happen in this game.
I don't know which one I hoped for more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But there you can see just through the windshield. There's a woman fixing her makeup in the mirror, and seated in the front seat. You also do the quick math of which house it is, and you see that in the driveway of that house there's a Chevy truck already parked there.
This woman doing her makeup.
Yeah.
Is she hot?
Okay, again, subjective. From what you
Sure.
can see, she seems to be attractive, but you haven't gotten a good look at her yet. It's early in the morning, sunlight reflecting off the windshield, that sort of thing. So you approach and sort of make your way over there, and you can tell she sees you and starts to open the driver's side door. And just then it hits you that for the first time, you can remember part of what your dream was about last night. You remember being in, it must have been an underground cave or a maze of some kind. And there were dark stone walls and ceilings and floors all around you. And you remember looking for something. And then at the end of a long corridor, you saw a glass bottle. And then you woke up. But Patricia McSwain emerges from her car. She appears to be in her mid-30s. She is, per your wondering, she is conventionally attractive. she isn't kind of like, she doesn't have like the big Karen Bob haircut or anything like that. She kind of has a nice trendy haircut. She clearly has been trying to like maneuver maybe her attractiveness into selling houses. You know, she has like dark black hair, and she sees you, and she's carrying like a leather portfolio under her arm, and she sees you, and she gives like the little one-handed wave, you know, like that, and approaches. And as she gets closer, she has this big smile on her face, and it's big, like it's almost too big and too wide. And it's strange, but right now you feel unsettled by her. So I'm gonna need you to make me a sanity save.
Wow, that was fucking fast. Okay. Nicholas is good at exactly two things and average at everything else. And sanity is not... Well, no, he's got 50 sanity. He's completely average.
He is
Okay.
average.
Okay,
Insane.
Success. 31 under a 50.
All right. Maybe it was just the dream. And maybe it's some sort of like weird memory that you have or something like that. It's just sort of like shaking off the grogginess. So you approach her, and she you don't take any sanity loss, by the way. She just
Great, thank you.
sort of comes up to you and she says, well, hey, hi there, you must be Nick. Hi, nice to meet you, Patty
Oh.
McSwain.
Nicholas, please.
Oh, Nicholas, I'm sorry. Well, I go by Patty because I don't have time for Patricia. So, she sort of like motions across the street at this house. She goes, here we have a lovely 2-bedroom Tudor home. Now, it's my understanding that you're currently living with a friend in, was it Jamaica Plain? Something like that?
He's like, his brain is like, wow, she's hot, but personality is like a 2, and all these things are like in his brain, and then he like oh yes, Jamaica Plain, yes.
Okay. Well, come on, let's go. And she starts like leading you across the street. She has like wide leg pants and like a tight sweater and like is makeup fully on, all that stuff. And she sort of leads you up to the door and pulls out this key ring from her pocket with the Remax logo on it. And she goes to unlock the door and she says, the rest of your friends are already here. And she unlocks the door.
Sorry, what? The rest of my-
M-Cell. You're all standing in the front room of this house when you hear a key slide into the door. And it unlocks. And it opens. And standing there on the other side is a woman about 30 years old and Nicholas. He says, yep, hi everyone, hi. And she just sort of like trots into the house. And she says, I'm Patricia. Let me be the first to say welcome home. This 2-bedroom house is terrific. I don't know if you'll be entertaining, if you're looking for a good school system, but it's got great bones, built in the early 1900s, but it's been renovated and updated quite a bit. And she starts walking around the house, and she says, yes, and she like finally catches up to the question Nicholas asked. And she said, yes, your friends from associate of mine is the realtor with Delta Green Realty,
So,
Hey, yeah, no, I got you there, buddy. What the fuck?
I know, right? I can't believe it's on the market. It's been on the market for about a year and nobody's snatched it up, but it's a steal. And the neighborhood is terrific. Neighbors are really nice. They see me a lot because I'm always around here showing stuff off.
Eddie, are you run on a couple of fucking dimes and a potato?
How much is the house going for? Did you say?
This house is going in at 225. But
Anglerfish is actually just going to shop for a house.
it's been on the market for so long that we could probably get some wiggle room in there. So I could, if you want, I can reach out and talk to your agent, Mr. Wild, and he and I can talk about it. And I'm sure together we can find some sort of solution. But for the time being,
Sorry, Patricia, Patty, right? Patty, like
yes,
short
Patty, I
name.
don't have time for Patricia.
You did introduce yourself as Patricia earlier, so at occasion you do have time. Patty, you are agent, our agent, her agent. Do we all have the same agent?
No, I'm well. I mean, I'm not exclusive. We're not exclusive. But you and I'm working with you, and your friends here are working with a Mr. Wild from Delta Green Realty.
Different realty agents.
Yes.
Fucking wild.
Oh my gosh! I almost forgot. Oh, I've got more brochures and half sheets I need to get from my car. Oh, and she looks into like the kitchen, where all of the rest of you woke up, and sees something written on the floor, and she says, "And a throw rug." And she goes out the front door and closes it behind her, and trots across the street, leaving the four of you together. Nicholas, I need to clarify something for you.
Yes, do please.
In the room, when you first walked in, you saw a blonde lady with an FBI hat on. You saw a woman with sort of a smart business suit jacket, and but she looks kind of like upset and troubled. And you see an older black lady smoking. And then, finally, when he speaks, you realize that there's a man in the room. This big hunk of man over here. But
I see.
at first you didn't notice him.
Fair, yeah. Zone that out completely. Yeah.
Does this apartment have the
It's
the
a house. It's a
realtor?
two-bedroom tutor with. Okay, go ahead.
Patricia's not here right now.
Patty,
It's
please.
Patty.
He doesn't have time for Patricia.
I have time for Patricia, and I have time to lock Patricia out of the house. I was gonna see if it had one of those like realtor like key cozy things that's like hanging from the door, so they can like, you know what I mean? Like,
You want to just go and look?
yeah.
You go over there and you look, and it doesn't. She must have her own key for this place, and you can see her across the street in the trunk of her car, just like looking for stuff.
Sorry. Hi. Sorry. What the fuck?
Right. I don't think a throw rug in a kitchen is a good idea.
All
You would
right,
spill food on it all the time.
ignore her. She's probably insane. Strike that. Definitely insane.
She made a good point.
Wild sent you?
It would be insane.
Wild didn't send. No one sent me. I don't actually precisely know why I'm here.
Yeah, well, that makes 4 of us. 5? Get a head count later.
I just had an appointment on my calendar. I had a calendar on my phone, and it said that I was to be here. I don't recall making that
What,
appointment.
Delta Green sent you? What's your handle?
And he
Let me
thinks I'm
rewind.
crazy.
Let me rewind one more time. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Oh, this is real fucked. We're already wanted. You're not with Delta Green, because if you are, I'm gonna have to defend myself.
Do, by all means, feel the need, feel some sense of urgency to share with me what Delta Green is.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But, no. Jeez. Okay. Fucking wild.
I'm Nicholas. Nicholas Fowles.
Oh, of
I have an
course you are.
Instagram.
Of course you do.
Maybe, but what do you mean? Of course I do. What is
Has
this
an
making
Instagram.
sense to you?
It's Instagram? Yeah. Okay, so you're Nick. Hi, Nick.
Sorry. Point of order. Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas. I'm so sorry. Most people like shorter names. Nicholas.
I have plenty of time for Nicholas. All's forgiven. Carry on.
What have... I don't even know what I'm going to ask. Nice to meet you. I'm Erin.
Hello, Aaron. Very, very, very good to make your acquaintance.
Yeah. My name's Abbott. That's Costello.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
That's terribly clever.
Maple says, "I'm Agent Maple."
Really? Okay.
Oh.
Fine. Look,
So what's your real name, Abbott and Costello? Come on.
I'm real sorry. I frankly just a little weirded out. I'm not covered in something right now, but you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on.
Not a clue. No.
Fuck. Okay. Does anyone here know what's going on? Because we gotta get on the fucking move if they already put out a call for us. Do you have a
At this
car?
point,
We're buying a house.
at this point,
I am going to leave you.
I have a
without
Charlie
my
card.
name.
at this point, the door rattles again, and Patricia comes back in. And
I'm gonna
she's
lock her
got
out. But then again, I don't know if that'd actually be helpful right now. It's a key.
It'd be
She
funny.
comes back in. She walks over to the kitchen. She says, excuse me," and she passes by each member of M Cell, and she says, "Excuse me, Thelma. Excuse me, Tommy. Wait 1 second." And she just sort of squeezes her way into the kitchen and tosses this throw rug, a perfect circular shape over the symbol that was drawn on the floor. She goes, "There we go. Can't fix it. Cover it up." Right?
What was that? What was?
What was what? Oh, it's just some I don't know, really, like some graffiti left over, and she takes it away. And Nick Oles, this is the first time you've seen this.
What's that?
It is this writing. It's a circle,
Uh-huh.
and there is a strange symbol in the middle of it, and
Yeah.
all around the outside are letters, and the letters on the outside are MALPHAS. And when you read that, Nicholas, you know that the demon Malthus is standing right next to you in this kitchen. Without any doubt, with perfect clarity, you know exactly where to find her, and you can call on her for a favor one time, and she will grant it, but it's very specific.
I think he kind of goes. He looks at that, his eyes widen, and he goes catatonic for a moment, as he has that fucking like Keanu Reeves "I know kung fu" moment.
Precisely.
Malphas.
Leslie?
I feel like I know something about what's happening, but it doesn't make any sense to me. But it might. Patricia.
Yeah. Yes, Patty. I don't have time for Patricia.
Yes, Patty. Could you give us the room, love? I'd
Oh,
like.
no, sure.
We're haggling price. I'd
Actually,
like to talk,
I have to call some contacts about some appointments I have later. So you all look around, take a look, come up with any list of questions you might have. All right, take your time. And again, remember, a year on the market means bargain basement prices. It doesn't have a basement though. And she goes and she walks out the front door.
Okay, so I don't know any of you at all, and you don't know me. But I feel compelled to say something out loud, and I just need you all to tell me if it sounds insane. Could you do that for me?
Yeah,
Yep.
sure, why not? It's been a long day.
That's the symbol of a demon named Malphas. Demons are real, also, and I know with perfect clarity that at any given time I could call upon Malphas for a favor and it would be granted.
And
Does that make
specifically,
sense?
you know
Yes.
that Malthus, as you call
Malphas.
upon her, will be able to provide you with a safe place to stay for a short while.
Oh.
And this is like the first time any of this has ever been in your brain. So that's a
Yeah, this
little
is
bit
new.
unnerving. But you know that Malthus has the powers to bring alchemists and powerful people around, all together from different places in the world, and build strong towers for them.
Now, what I just said, there's a demon that can provide a safe place for us if only we ask for it, is bullshit, right? That's bullshit what I just said. Yeah?
I think Mayday kind of just looks around at the literal safe space that we're in currently and doesn't really say anything other than just kind of pointedly.
Well, it's better than Bale getting us out of here, I guess. Makes sense he'd call in a fucking contact, though.
There's that guy again, Nicholas. You forgot that he was here, the fireman guy.
Should I make a deal with
Oh.
somebody to not be noticed?
No, you're
I
just
think
not
that
a
the-
woman, and Nicholas is just
Yeah, the joke is that I
automatically-
can't fuck you.
This is...
Oh, hello again. Bale?
Yeah,
Bale. Bale, you know of Nicholas as a demon. You know what he's able to do, and you know that you can call on him once for a favor and never again. But you know where to find him. He's in a place called the Dorchester House, not too far away from you.
Bale. The Demon King. Bale.
But that's to call himself apparently, but he's just holding the fucking phone yet.
You seem to know a lot.
I do, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is all great and all, but it still doesn't solve any of our immediate problems. Like, really glad you're on board, buddy, but like,
I'm not on board with the damn. I don't know what. On board with what? What is this?
You seem to know.
I don't. I do. I do,
Yeah.
but I don't know what it.
I click my car keys.
Yep.
Is my vehicle nearby?
The sound of your truck
Boop, boop.
beeps in the driveway of this house. The truck that you ran into, well, not you, Magnolia ran into a pole a few nights ago.
Sweet baby. Oh fuck. Okay, we got a pair of wheels, everybody. I don't know. Are we taking Doctor Strange here or?
You look around
Excuse me.
and you realize Mabel's no longer here.
Mabel.
And Patty says, "Oh, she left. She said she had to go. Had something, an important meeting."
Lady, I need you to announce yourself. We're putting.
She's
up
like in the
our-
front yard on her phone.
Yeah.
You're
Like-
one to talk.
Deep breaths, deep breaths. It's okay.
You, shockingly, not helping.
She shrugs.
But I'd remind us all, very much wanted as escapees of a mental hospital.
Yeah, that's actually
Oh.
we're retconning
No,
that. You
no.
don't know that
Oh,
yet.
I don't know that yet.
Uh,
All right.
But you could assume that you're in danger. You could assume that several different forces might be looking for you.
Like- Okay, yeah, because all right, last I heard, we got out of the Dorchester house, so that's good. However the fuck we got out of here, though, I don't know. Did I still get the? I still got the note though. So, so I don't know. Anyone know who J.C. Linz is? Magic Mike.
Nicholas again. And who are you? Tommy, right. No. JC Linz? No.
Okay.
Could I hold on. Could I need to make a call. Just could I have a minute? I'll go in the kitchen. I'll stay out of your way.
What are you calling about?
Well, aren't you nosy? I was going to call my agent, actually.
I wouldn't
Isn't that
recommend
her
doing
outside?
No, I don't know who the hell that is. That's a real estate agent who thinks that...
Patty.
Yes, Patty. I know her name, but I don't know why she thinks that I didn't make this appointment, and I just would like to find out if I perhaps my agent did for me, and maybe he
I
knows what's
don't
going on,
think
and-
your agent needs to know that this appointment is happening.
I don't think you want your agent.
Ooh.
What is that? You do realize how needlessly cryptic that was, yeah?
We're a cryptic organization.
Could
What can
possibly
I
answer.
say?
What organization is that?
Oh, just
What-
dump
what
the
are
whole
you?
barrel out. It's a fucking.
You-
You mentioned Bale, and he all of a sudden knew everything that was going on. What do
Well,
you
he's
mean?
clearly not putting together the dots on anything else.
What dots? I'm in a home, a lovely, I must say, 2-bedroom Tudor style. It's really quite nice appointments. On a random Tuesday for a real estate showing, and there's people here, and all of a sudden my brain knows things about demons. Maybe you could tell me what precisely the dots are, and then perhaps I can start drawing lines between them.
Seen that TV show where they move the bus at the end after a big demolition of a house, like new renovation of everything,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
so surprising, exciting. That's us.
Oh, you redid this. So am I on television? Is that what's happening right now?
Would that help?
Should I start over? I could act surprised if you want to do another take. Something.
Real quick, because you're weird with random words. Broadalbin.
That name doesn't ring any bells for you at all.
Broadal bit?
Broad Albin.
Oh, Broad Albin. That right. Nothing.
Broadalbin. No, nothing.
Broad Albin. I think it's a town in upstate New York.
Okay, so you just know demons. Great.
Do I know? I guess I. Do you know demons?
Too fucking well.
Okay, give me one. Give me one then.
Well, look, I only met Bale recently, and I don't think Exeter counts as one. I don't know, Wild?
I'm a Gina, right?
Oh, Sia.
Samagina.
Sia.
Seer. He gives you the name Seer, and again, your brain lights up. This demon named Seere. And of course, Colin, you can go to demonweb101.com.
I'm going to
but I'm gonna
Demon Web
tell you-
101.
Well, you're going to know more than that. You
more
happen
than
to
Demon
know.
Web 101? Oh.
Yeah. You happen to know that the only way to contact the demon Seer at the present moment is to call it on a specific satellite phone, you can call them, this demon, and it'll grant you a favor one time only.
Do we still have
Yeah, I
that
think
satellite phone?
every time one of
You
them
do.
says a demon, his pupils blow out for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this information is just instantly downloaded into his brain.
Yes.
Sia. Do you have a satellite phone?
Yeah, we got the connection to Sia.
And this is like the first time that you've thought about that, like looking through your things, because Tommy, you had a big bag, right?
Yeah, I got all my stuff in there.
You got all your stuff in there. You have the big fireman tool that you use,
Irons.
the irons. You're looking through there. In one corner of the bag, you have all of the evidence you collected from this supposed Operation Mercy. You're not sure you remember packing all those things, but you have newspaper clippings about Ed Myler Wist, aka Mr. Wild. You have that napkin from the Gateway Bridges restaurant. And then as you dig deeper into the bag, you start to find things that you don't remember collecting. You find this plane ticket from Michael Whitwer. You find a receipt for an apartment rental made out from someone named Abigail Laura with no last name added. You find this invitation addressed to Ian Frederick de Craig, like all this stuff that we, of course, all know, the group from season 1 collected, but now it's all in your possession. And there at the bottom is the Seer satellite phone.
You know how to work this thing?
No. I just know that there's a demon on the other end of that? Why am I talking nonsense like you can call a demon on a phone, and none of you are acting like I'm insane?
Oh no, we think you're insane, but not for these reasons.
You just seem so confident when you say it, so.
Well, yeah, but that's not... Please, question any of this, because this... None of you... What the hell do you do? None of you question any of this.
Look,
Just when
guys.
you renovate houses. You find a lot of things when you renovate houses, like stuff on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
This is Melfast. It's, you know, you look it up.
Malphas, that's a demon which you knew about already?
And that demon's in the front yard too.
Oh, that's...
She's talking on her phone.
I was wondering if Patty was okay.
Patty's absolutely Malfast.
I was wondering if Patty,
Yeah.
what Patty's middle name was, because that seems to be where it's.
Oh, you
it's
should
hidden.
buy this. It's a steel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He looks out the window at
I
Patty
love
on her phone.
She waves
Okay,
at you
but
with a big smile.
Hi, yeah. What the fuck? Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. Everybody, eyes on me. Okay. See that? The real estate agent, Patty? That's a demon. Yeah? Okay, big...
Is that
Big
what you
rivet-
see?
Well, no, I don't see it. I see a woman, but I just know that... That's a demon. That's Malphas.
Might be a little rude.
I wouldn't say it to her face.
It goes by
although
Patty.
Yeah, Patty.
I'm aware.
Patricia.
There's no time for that.
Something is telling me that that's a demon named Malphas, and is that stupid? Do I sound?
No, it sounds about right. Do you want to call Sia and like answer a question or something?
It's a little judgmental. Call her a demon, though.
Yeah, fuck it. Sure. Yeah, give me the phone. Sure.
I am DMing you information about what you know that Seer is capable of doing.
Star 616.
Seer. Oh, Justin, that text is so small.
Sorry. I can get you a bigger one. Give me a sec.
Okay, no, I got it. I blew it up.
Yes. Kaboom.
Yeah. Star 616.
Good times.
Can you put that on speaker?
It's a satellite phone.
It does not have a speaker phone.
Yeah.
It doesn't have speaker.
It's kind of a one-on-one thing, if I recall correctly.
So you dial star 616.
Sure. Yeah.
There is well, first you have to turn it on, and
Yeah.
when you turn it on, it goes beep beep beep, like that. When it powers up, you dial star 616. It rings twice, and then a voice on the other end, in not voice mod because I don't have that open, says,
Yep.
"Go."
Hello, Seer. It's Nicholas. How are you?
Doesn't respond.
Oh, right, you only take requests. What do you all want?
I just had to fight back from saying some kind of like takeout order. I'm sorry.
Just ask him to clarify anything you need to clarify.
What the
You're confused. Figure it out. He answers questions. They answer.
No, that's not what he does. It's more material things.
Wait, we could just ask him a bunch of questions.
We need to know where to find the Hotel Broadalbin. There you go. Do that. See if it works.
Yeah. Take us to the Hotel Broadalbin.
Doesn't respond.
He didn't like that one.
It only does requests
I-
or answers
Nicholas,
questions.
you seem to understand that he deals in material resources, like you said.
yeah.
Oh, then get us
put a map.
away to the hotel product.
I want $1 million.
Fine, it's done, and the voice hangs up.
Really? Yeah, grab the phone.
That was a joke.
I grab the phone from his hand. Fucking
Oh,
throw it in
fuck.
the bag.
I didn't think it...
You know what?
You're a
If you're gonna
billionaire.
if you're gonna act like a weenie, you might as well hop in a bun, okay?
That's... not clever. What?
Fair.
I'm sorry.
Validate him. That was
You-
super clever.
You can either get with us in a car and figure out more about this, or I don't know, care. As far as I'm aware, you could turn around and your life goes back to normal by I don't know, red pill, blue pill time.
Yeah.
He might kill you if you don't join us.
Excuse me, I am not.
Are you threatening me? Is this a
No,
threat?
he is. He is.
I'm not threatening. Okay, sorry. Did you confuse me for someone else? Oh God, poor Magnolia.
I
So,
think I think I've seen enough here.
Assuming that you guys continue to pull things out of this evidence bag, at one point you come across another thing that's unfamiliar. Maybe, I don't know who's doing it. Maybe Mayday, Thelma's doing it, or Anglerfish, or someone is just sort of like pulling stuff out. And you come across this tiny, little, almost construction papery ticket. And you pull it out, it's green. And it looks like a ticket for the Granada Theater in Chicago, Illinois. Admission to something called A Song Before Travel.
When he pulls stuff out of the bag, is it just haphazardly?
Tell me.
I mean, he's digging through there. Like, there's a lot of stuff he doesn't know that was in there, and his organizational skills are already at a man who lives on his own.
Okay, they need to be organized. Aaron's like standing next to you, just like shifting things around and place them like order that you took it out, size wise, biggest, smallest, just touching all your stuff that you take out.
As soon
You
as
take-
you start to go rearrange where the ticket is, you're gonna put it in the spot that you think it goes in, and then Thelma's gonna pick it up. Sorry. Look at it. Kind of just like make a face and put it in the jacket, in her jacket pocket.
Nicholas, you've seen a green ticket of this size and shape. It's hard to tell what it says on it from this distance. But you've had this almost exact same ticket sent to you before as an invitation to a movie premiere.
And Thelma just put it in her pocket.
Yep.
Sorry, can I didn't catch your name, actually. Sorry. What was it?
Thelma.
Thelma. Charmed Thelma. Thelma, I noticed you slipped a green piece of paper into your pocket there. Would you mind showing me that very much? I'd appreciate it.
I think we need to know who you are first before we show you anything.
Nicholas, my name's Nicholas Fowles. Mystical
Right, and
Nicholas?
Nicholas Fowles knows things about demons and randomly shows up and wasn't invited or told us we weren't told about you coming here, and now you're asking to see stuff that we have. I think we're as lost as you are with you in the equation.
Well, what you've said, yeah, that's about the size of it. I don't know why I'm here either. And frankly, whatever you have going on, I've not come to disrupt it. I don't even know why I'm here at all, but I only ask because the thing that you just put in your pocket looked terribly familiar to me. And I'm curious why it's here. And I just wonder if I could look at it, that's all.
She kind of like screws up her face a little bit and takes it back out, but she will keep it in her hand and kind of just aim it towards you. How could you recognize this?
And you see it. And it's just as it appears in your journals. your on roll 20.
Okay.
And it's incredibly familiar.
I was. It's a rather funny story, actually, but I was in that film. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You were. th- This is one of the first pieces of evidence that I can even find to prove that this movie exists, and you say you're in it?
Well, that's the funny story part of it. I don't know actually if I made the final cut. I've never actually seen it, but yeah.
Probably better you haven't. Do you remember what your role would have been, what you were doing, what people were doing around you? What was the story?
It was a difficult time for me.
You don't remember any of your lines?
I'm not
Anything?
sure I knew them then, Thelma. Not so much that I could remember them now. I was
You were
supposed to
in
be
an
at the
entire
premiere.
movie and you don't remember what the movie was about.
Yes, well, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Do you have the like scripts, info, audition, description of what they're even looking for? Something.
Possibly in storage, maybe probably at my parents' house.
Oh. If you happen to find any of it, let me know. And she kind of slips it back in her pocket again.
That's the first time that I've seen that film mentioned since I missed the premiere.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of people haven't heard of it. Even people that saw it probably don't.
I would go
Remember
further
much.
and say that no one's heard of it, and I've I've asked. It's like it never happened. Even though I was there. In body, if not so much in mind. I was there.
Let's just say no one alive has any familiarity with it.
Are you saying I'm dead, Thelma?
No, you don't seem very familiar with it, do you? Other than the concept of it existing. What I am saying is there was a showing of it. And still no one seems to have any reviews of a brand new movie. It's just strange.
Well, it
That's
might
all.
have just been shit.
You think Rotten Tomatoes wouldn't have gotten a hold of that?
I
Box
mean,
office flops are just as popular as box office hits. And
that's
you know
true.
that.
I definitely wouldn't have minded being in a cult classic. Sort of like the next Tommy Wiseau situation. I could have lived with that.
You know, I will say I don't think this one would have been a cult classic, so probably good they cut you from it.
Well, you seem to know quite a bit about it then. I've told you I was in it. Which I was. I also put my money into it. Which didn't go so well. What do you know about it?
Like I said, no one alive knows anything about what this movie is about, apparently. Figured that kind of summed it up pretty well.
I think
Very well.
that's a good place to put a button on that. We're going to head towards our break. But before we do, let's end just with some good news, which is while this conversation happens, Tommy, you take a walk toward the front of the house. There's this big picture window there. And I've got two pieces of good news for you. Number one, it seems as though Patricia McSwain has been called away. She and her Jaguar are gone. And there, sitting in the driveway, is your Chevy Silverado.
We missed you.
As good looking as the day before it was crashed into a pole.
Suitcase full of $1 million in the bed.
It's hard to say. Find out when we come back from our break. We're gonna take just a tenner. That's what I'm gonna start calling breaks now. We're gonna take a tenner, and then we'll be back to make a plan, figure out where to go from here, and sort of explore the other weirdness and the connections here. Plus, over break, it gives Colin and Lonnie a time to review all the things they know about this movie. So, everyone stay there or get a drink or whatever, I'll break and then come back, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. Welcome back to our season 3 premiere of Impossible Landscapes here on Lost Caravan. I'm Doc, I'm your handler, and we have successfully dumped a brand new person into the laps of M-Cell as they try to figure out what could have brought them all together in a way that is, they said there's a connection already. We see that for some reason, Nicholas and Thelma have some sort of shared history around this movie. Meanwhile, all of the stuff that was lost while the group was in Dorchester House is back, including Maltese's truck. But unfortunately, Agent Maple has skittered off somewhere without permission. And so the group has to sort of think about that too. And they are still in Boston. And for those of them that are familiar with the layout, probably Nicholas would know that not far away from the Dorchester House either, the place where they supposedly were just a few hours ago. So, I'll say it again. I feel like I should say it every time. There's no mission. What do you do?
Sleep.
Sleep?
No,
Not
I don't-
actually. I don't.
Yeah.
Mayday wants to sleep, but no, she's not actually going to.
How about this? Lonnie, since your idea came up, why don't you roll me a d4?
Oh, okay.
What'd you get?
I am trying to remember how to use. I got a 2.
Yeah, 2. Everyone loses 2. Well, not Nicholas, but everyone else loses 2 willpower points. As like you are starting to feel the exhaustion of the fact
So
that when in the night world you didn't need to.
So we should sleep.
Well,
No.
you can, but you don't have to.
Wait,
It would restore those willpower points, but
2 willpower points. You said, not 2 sanity. Okay.
Oh no,
Correct.
please don't do Sandy.
yeah, willpower
Yeah,
is
no.
that thing that you just get from being tired and running, and it's your spoons.
Look. We clearly have to go through like a whole mountain of whatever the fuck's in this bag now that we actually have everything together. And you, it points at Nicholas. Don't know what your deal is, but you know demon things, and that's like looking around for resident weird people, but like already have a whole handful. That's actually going to be quite useful. So if you want a ride to get away from this house, I got a truck out in the parking, out in the on the driveway there. Not parking garage anymore. Kind of want to burn down a mental hospital, but you know.
Cannot do that.
That's a great way to get someone on board with our cause.
Yeah, great. So,
Innocent people,
well, if you want to
guys.
give me a ride, I think I've exhausted my Charlie card. So I actually live just in JP, just not far. So if you want to drop me off, that'd be great, and then I'd be very much looking forward to never seeing any of you ever again. Great. So sure, let's go. On we go.
I don't think any of us answer well to clapping here.
Or we could.
Okay. Trigger, get that? No shame, right? How about let's go?
I'm just gonna give Maltese like a look, like
You're
Yeah,
so excited to go. We should, yeah.
I hate everything you're working with.
I don't know what that.
Get in the fucking car is what that means, and I'm gonna head outside.
Okay.
Head out into the street. You get inside. Maltese, you know that feeling of like, oh yeah, this is my car. Like when you're in somebody else's car driving it is weird, and then we get back from a trip or something like that, you're like, oh yeah, this feels like it fits me. That's what it feels like when you get behind the wheel of the truck. But I'd like you to make me an alertness roll.
Okay. Concerning. But I'll make it for you because you asked so nicely. Oh, by 154 and 53.
Buddy.
Failure, alertness failure. It's all good. It's all good. Vroom vroom starts up. There's a
Vroom,
little back.
vroom, motherfucker.
Vroom vroom, motherfuckers. The back door opens up, and whoever sits in the back doesn't matter. Not important. Everyone's in the truck. Where do you go, Maltese? You're behind the wheel.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's, Lamatine Street, Jamaica Plain?
Yeah, I got you. I'm driving right back to Dorchester House.
Okay. You start driving. It's about a 5-minute drive. It's not far.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're
he's going
it's-
north-ish.
No, but that's your exit right over there. That's
That's it.
Sorry,
Pulls
yeah, no,
off.
I can't hear you through the window.
Are we in the bed of your fucking truck?
There's no wind.
There's no
Wait,
backseat.
wait. This is important. Did you make Nicholas ride in the bed of the truck?
I want to remind you all right now that when we establish what kind of truck that Maltese drives,
Okay.
that Tommy drives, it has 2 seats in the front
Yeah.
and a nice spacious bed in the bed behind. Because
I
Maltese
gotta
had to
know who's
ride
in
in the
this
back.
bed. I need to know who's in the cab and who's in the bed. This is important information.
Yep. Please tell us.
I mean,
Tommy's
obviously, I'm in the bed.
Maltese observes shotgun rules. So
Whoever calls it.
I will say Mayday won't call it, but she'll kind of just like, this is the 3rd time now that she's gotten in this exact car and told someone to drive. And I think she kind of just is on autopilot of just like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I think that now's a good time, Mayday, being back in this truck again.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need a sanity check from you.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, trauma.
Like there's some trauma from this truck.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I am doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
You
Oh, yeah, you
are
good,
doing
girl.
great. Maybe I don't know. What does that look like? How do you convince yourself that it's fine?
I think seeing the car completely brand new helps her just for like the briefest amount of time pretend like it didn't happen. Because like Magnolia's not here. The car looks fine. Every other factor of the night other than the truck is not there.
And you can
Which
just sort
is
of
sad, but
and like she just sort of like pushes aside the intrusive thought that, well, Magnolia is here inside Maltese.
Oh, God.
But we'll just put that to the side. Drive.
While she's zoning out. While she's zoning out, Nicholas is in the back of the truck as it's moving, just like... it's with Anglerfish spinning. So what's your deal? What's like your whole thing?
My thing?
Yeah. FBI and all, that's cool.
It was. I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Oh, wow.
Because I was in Arizona and now I went to a house in a place and now I'm here. So it's great.
Cool. Yeah. The fuck?
But you're not actually like planning on going back, are you?
He like leans closer so he doesn't have to yell, like it's down like below where the wind is blowing.
Oh, good.
Abso-fucking-lutely I am.
Anglerfish is still talking really loud. Why?
'Cause you're all weird as hell. And I have a life. And
Do you?
Pulls out his cell phone. Yes, look. Pulls up his Instagram. Look. Has his followers numbers changed?
Roll me
Yeah,
a D100 luck check.
Yay. Okay.
First a luck
Luck
check.
check.
Yeah.
Check.
See how the stream went. Were people into the weird, unsettling ending or not?
Oh no. 95 over 50.
Oh.
They were not. Not a critical failure.
No.
But yes, a failure. So roll me another D100. Roll it for me a second time.
Okay.
Just a straight
Sure.
roll. Flat
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
You've
17.
lost 17 followers, but you've done worse.
Yeah, but you know, Anglerfish didn't know how many I had before, so.
Right.
No, see, look, yeah.
Yeah. But
Mystical Nicholas.
Is that alive?
It's a living.
Is it?
Um,
Are you living?
Yes. Do you mean like metaphysically? Am I alive, or am I enjoying my life?
Aren't both the same?
No. What? No. I am enjoying my life. Yes. Yes. It's not precisely what I had planned, but I am enjoying.
But it's all
What I do.
fake. It's all fake.
Of course, it's all fake. All this magical tarot and divination and all—it's all bullshit. None of it's
No.
real.
It's yours. But okay. But you're so close. You're so close. You know all that information in there. You have to be close, like to know it, like there's something more.
No, there's not. There's stuff that people believe that fills in the void where nothing about this universe really makes sense. I mean, you and I are currently
But
in
why-
a truck
Why doesn't it make
space rock.
sense?
because we're tiny and infinitesimal in an infinite universe that cares nothing for us. And if people want to fill that in with, and he like always has a deck of tarot cards with him. If people want to fill that in with, I don't know, finding meaning in the Emperor.
You pull it
something.
out. And when you pull out the first card, you immediately know, well, that's the Emperor.
Yeah,
Obviously. Right. But then you realize that it's different from the one you've seen out of this deck before. It's again in French, and it looks like this.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good.
Do you show anglerfish?
Justin, in the way that he has known things,
Yes.
does he know intuitively anything about this?
He knows to be afraid. That's not normal.
I
Like the
think he
French thing
drops
was
it.
maybe a misprint. This is bizarre because you've seen all these cards, right? You've stacked this deck before to get a better reading. But this was never
Anglerfish, I
here.
think you just see him like tip the card a bit, and then he drops it, and because we're in a moving vehicle, it flies and carries on the wind.
Did anglerfish see any of the card?
You see a flash of yellow and maybe some sort of humanoid figure with a crown, and then it flies away into the street.
It's just like that. It's just like that. We've caught a glimpse of what more we can be, and then it's pulled away from us.
It's a card. It's a piece of cardboard. It's
You've had moments where you felt like this isn't all you can be. This isn't all that's there, right? You've had moments where you've briefly have understood that there's more.
no,
Nope.
no, I haven't.
Think about it. Stop. Think. Let yourself feel it. That you know that there's more.
I don't know if this is normal. I think I want an opposed roll here because both of
Oh,
you
this is fun.
are incredible at persuasion,
Oh.
unsurprisingly. So I'd like persuasion versus persuasion. And just
I have
as a reminder,
70. What do you have?
80.
Oh shit. Okay.
and just as a reminder, here's how opposed rolls happen. Oh no, did I not put it up somewhere? Opposed rolls, basically, you roll. If one succeeds and the other fails, then the person who succeeds wins, obviously. And, vice versa. If both people fail, then the person whose number is higher wins, closer to
Yeah.
their target. If both people succeed, the person whose number is lower wins. Turk, does that sound right to you?
Yeah, I can double
Proposed
check.
rolls?
I can
Double check for me. But in the meantime, as Anglerfish is trying to convince you that your scope of reality is limited, and you can't deny some weird stuff is going on, how about we both make a persuade check? Persuasion.
Let's do this, girl.
Spaghetti.
Two most charismatic folks in Delta Green history.
I have a success.
Success.
Oh, you crushed me.
No, unfortunately.
I win.
I did it.
I win.
I believe that's correct. Aaron rolls very well and does a 2 under 80.
Almost as good as you can roll normally.
Almost as good as you can roll. Not quite a crit. A 1 would be a crit. But you are closer to that roof. And so I'm going to say that you resist this reshaping of your reality, at least for the time being. And you just think that she is obviously touched in the head.
I think he kind of lets her think that he's been persuaded. And Aaron is probably intuitive enough to maybe, this is up to you, might know that she's being mollified, but you know what? You're right. There's a lot I don't know.
Aaron, with your human score, by the way, you would need to roll to know that he is conceding falsely to you.
Mm-hmm. It's like she sighs and shakes her head.
And I think he does what he does in these situations, which is default to flirtation. But perhaps in time you can teach me.
Definitely, because we're all just trying to get free. I'll help you.
I would love that. Perhaps we could set aside some time to help me get free.
It's at this point that you realize that, nope, you're not heading towards Jamaica Plain. In fact, you've just gotten off in the Dorchester neighborhood.
Oh,
And
Christ.
you turning the corner and approaching this building, this large E-shaped building with a tall fence of iron inverted hooks all around it. Obviously a secure building. There's a gatehouse at the front. Now, for everyone who's been here before, I'll describe it thusly. The last few times you've been here, you went to the gatehouse and there was a guy there who said, "Go Sox," and he called in and opened the gate for you. And there was like maybe a handful of cars in the big front parking lot of this place from staff and visitors. When you approach this time, the gate is open. And parked right up against the front entrance of this place are about 6 emergency vehicles, mostly police cars, with their sirens going. And out in the front, you see 3 uniformed officers leaning against their cars and surveying the scene.
Oh, what the fuck?
He's gonna. I'll pull up and towards one of the officers who's kind of leaning casually.
Mhm.
To me, I'm already in the driveway. If he were to pull out and
When you start to get close, that was fun. That's what's playing on the radio. And when you get up there and get close, like even before you your car like makes it within like 30 feet, the officers like raising their hands. You know.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
no. Pulls to a stop.
And they're like, sir. She walks forward, black lady, hair just like in a tight bun in the back, full blues. And she just walks up and she says, "Sir, they're not allowing visitors in today. We have this building on lockdown. You're gonna have to turn around, go back the way you came from."
I'm sorry. Why is it on lockdown?
Sir, that's confidential, and I'm not obliged to answer that question for you.
I have a friend in there. I'm just look. I had the
All right.
kindness of
Well,
your heart. You sure you can?
You are welcome to call and talk to the nice lady Gail at the front desk and ask after your friend. And
Can Anglerfish show her badge?
Anglerfish holds up her badge. This is your FBI badge?
Yeah.
She looks at it and she says, "You guys feds?"
Yeah.
All right. Well, fine.
She takes
I guess.
out a notepad and says, "What are your names? Can I see it?" And she walks forward to take the badge away from Anglerfish.
Erin Maynard. Aaron Maynard.
I just think it's really
Again,
funny. I'm pretty sure in Boston it's probably not legal to be riding in the bed of a truck.
oh yeah, probably not. Yeah.
So your hand is just reaching out from the bed of a truck, showing
Uh-huh.
that you're just chilling in the bed of a
Well,
truck.
we'll say that, like, apparently whatever's going on here is dire enough that she didn't give you shit about riding in the back of this truck. How about that? But she is walking forward and she writes down your name. And again, Aaron's Humint score is stellar. What's your Humint? 80 again?
It's my 2 high school.
She freezes and recognizes your name and turns and looks at the other officers present
With what kind of look?
with a look of, oh shit, get somebody more important than us.
Okay, yeah, because she's fun.
No.
I know.
It's more along the lines of like sudden shift in body
Like-
language that means like fuck.
Oh, I don't think this is good. I don't think they like us.
She says,
I can.
she
I'm
looks
not a
in the
fed.
front of the cab.
Not a Fed.
What's your name, sir?
Nicholas Fowles. Not a federal agent.
He's advising on the case.
She turns and like cranes her head. The other 2 officers are now walking up toward the truck.
Hey, Tommy, I think back up.
Just like through the window.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Knocking on
ma'am,
it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Their
Can you
hands
talk
go to
me
their
for a
hips
second?
and unbuckle their guns.
Back up.
What
back
the
up, back up,
fuck
back
is
up.
happening?
Look, you're just reinforcing a lot of stereotypes here, and I absolutely hit reverse.
And we're in a bed of a truck, so we
Ah!
get fucking tossed into a window.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to make you take any damage because we're just right at the beginning of the season, but it probably hurts a
Do
little.
it.
Ooh, all right.
Just for my frame of reference really fast, do I have my
You
briefcase?
take three points. Just using
Just
slam.
kidding,
How about
just
just
kidding.
one? How about one? How about one? As you slam against the back tailgate of the truck. Or front. I don't know which way gravity works. Momentum.
Driving backwards would cause you to hit the window.
Okay. You like your heads both go pff against
Louder
the
thump.
window. Yep. As Tommy slams it into verse and peels out. The officers, both, all 3 of them, pull their weapons and start shouting, "Stop the truck, sir! Stop the truck! Get out! Get out!" They're pointing their guns. Put your hands on your head.
Fuck are you people?
More
Sir,
important than
please.
fucking cops. And I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Peel out of there. They are not in their car, so they can't give chase immediately. But you do, looking back, those of you in the truck or whomever, as you look back, you see them running toward the entrance and talking on their radios.
Yeah. So fun plan for me. We're getting the fuck out of Boston.
No. Could I suggest no? I live here.
I hear you. I hear you. I understand you. How does Route 9 sound?
What? No. Like I live in Jamaica Plain.
Oh, right. That's along Route 9 somewhere, I'm sure. Yeah.
Jamaica. But they recognized his name too, right?
They didn't find Tommy's name. They got. Oh, you mean Nicholas?
No, yeah, Nicholas.
You didn't read any sign of recognition at Nicholas's name.
Okay.
So
I
you're
actually
all wanted
rolled.
criminals.
I actually rolled luck, and they don't even recognize Nicholas from his Instagram.
Weirdly, I'm happy and annoyed by that at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're all wanted criminals, is that it? Are you fugitives?
From Carcosa.
She's insane. She is not associated with me.
Okay, you seem so sane by comparison, sir.
I am in a very difficult position right now, and I don't feel like I should be judged for it. I'm taking
Okay.
90.
Great,
Okay.
love 90, wonderful. Why are
The
people
best.
trying to shoot at you? And what have you done? And am I going to die?
If I do my job right, you should be fine. And I'm like actively peeling out north to get onto Storo to hopefully blend in and get onto 90 without incident.
Okay.
Freeway.
Here's what I'm gonna have you do. You are in the car
Yeah.
and heading north.
Yeah.
Let's do. Make me a luck roll.
Please don't kill us.
Look, luck is a 50-50 shot. I can't control
is.
it at this point. So when I roll a 64 and it's a failure, that's not on me.
Does a hero point?
I do.
You do your point if you want to re-roll that failure that you just rolled.
You know what? Let me give it a shot. How does a 79 do you?
That's even worse. That is not as good. And
Okay.
as you get to the on-ramp for 90, I imagine it's a ramp. I don't know how you do highways there.
Yeah, kind of.
Hmm.
Whole thing. Tunnels.
As you are rolling up, you see a black and white heading in your direction.
All right, 9 it is. I do a little loop, which is very possible given all the weird roundabouts in Boston, and I'll take
Hanging
Belvedere onto Huntington Ave and hit onto.
You think
9.
your real life references will save you?
I effectively do a big accentuated switch around, and
Turn around.
I
and go
tried.
the
I
other
tried
way.
to make an alternative option,
Roll
heading
me
in
a-
a similar direction.
Roll me a drive check.
I drive the fire trucks all the time. I should be good at this. Come on,
Mhm.
please, one good
I
roll.
think we have one more luck check too, but that's a fumble. That's a 99.
Oh my guy! No, you just got the car fixed. Come on,
Can I-
man.
Sorry, can I? Is there any hero points left? Because
I think there's. Well, I know we had at least one. Can someone in
two.
chat?
Hoop said
I think there's
another
two.
hero point
Yeah.
earlier.
So we do have
that
one
means there's
more.
at least 2.
Okay, I have
Just wanted to-
74 drive.
I'll let you
shouldn't-
re-roll that if you want. That's a fumble, but it would be very bad if you fail.
20 success.
Well, thank God.
Boom. Okay.
How about this? This is what that looks like. This is how that manifests. You hang a Yui, right? You
Yeah.
do a U-turn across the median, well, through a turnaround, and you go back the way you came, and that car is still coming in your direction, and you see the lights go boop, just like the sound is doing right now,
Mhm.
and your heart drops, and then you watch it turn off the street you're on and go after something else, and you're in the clear.
All right, we're fine. Don't worry.
Are we?
I mean, we gotta be fucked up being in the back seat of that, or being in the bed of that truck throughout that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say that after the first one or two times you learn to hang on a little bit.
We're just tossed about in the back. Just,
Mhm, mhm. But that brings up a more interesting question. And you can roleplay whatever you want to do, work this out. Is that if you are trying to evade detection, what's the best way to do that? And I'm imagining that thought's in most of your minds.
most.
Treat this like Grand Theft Auto and go to an auto body shop really fast, get the car spray painted a totally different color, and then we're fine.
Bless you, Lonnie.
Except it's a cop car, they won't let you do that.
Ah, man.
Not
Just for my frame of reference really fast, when we were looking through all of the stuff that we had at the house. Is my briefcase still around somewhere?
It is. It was
Okay.
right there.
Cool.
You opened it up. There's a gun rattling around inside.
With all of my old
A big old gun.
papers and
Guns, term papers.
sounds like
That's what Lonnie's got.
There you go.
I just want to make sure I have some option if all of a sudden something goes wrong.
You've checked and you've confirmed that, yep, it's there.
Okay. It's very firmly like on my lap, and I feel like when we're all of a sudden like potentially being pursued, she like tightens her grip on like the edges, like she's ready to flip it open.
Yeah, yeah.
I have
go
an
ahead,
idea
Joe.
of what to do. Head back to the motel we're at and go and get in one of the other cars that we had there.
Which cars are left?
I believe
Well, Marianne had
Maple-
one, and you would
Maple's
imagine
car.
that she
Maple has
took it.
one.
Maple had one, yes, and she took it. But
There's also a red
Mine was
bull.
hot wired, or hacked by Margin at one
Yes,
point, and I
that's
don't
right,
remember
Margin.
where it is right now.
Well, gotta take care of your things.
Margin didn't go to no, Margin hacked it to get to the fire y'all were at. So that would assumably still be back at the motel.
Okay,
Probably.
that makes sense.
So we get back to the motel and
Rental
then
car.
swap cars into your car, into your rental, and clear the border.
hmm I will give a non-official hero point, just like one I don't spend points on, to the first agent who could tell me the name of the hotel you were staying at.
Stone Motel.
Colin, take one.
I know because I came up with the name.
hmm
It's a parody of
cheap
the
copious
Rock
note.
Motel in my hometown. Yes.
To
it's
be
the
fair,
Stone
I
Motel.
wasn't even staying at that motel. I was staying at a
True.
hotel with my husband, and then as
With
soon
your
as he left,
husband.
I don't know where I was staying anymore. I don't know if it was ever decided.
You pull up to the Stone Motel. How do you approach?
Well, the intention is to pull in real fly casual, and then just like lightning fast strikes. Like just
Car,
get
car,
in,
go.
get in, car, out of there. Like if I
Okay.
have extra time, I'd love to pull my plates off.
I'd like somebody in the front then, or yeah, just one of you, I think.
was
Tommy
gonna-
or Thelma to make an alertness check, just
I
to like
was
scan the area.
okay. I was gonna say maybe maybe I should get dropped off a little bit further down the road because I'm assuming I would have the keys to the car, so like I could get the car started and maybe like drive back a little bit instead.
Maybe. Up to you.
So like if Maltese is like kind of going like is saying that out loud, I could be like, drop me off a little bit down the road, do what you got to do.
All right, I pull into one of those impossible city parallel parking positions.
Landscapes.
The impossible landscapes of,
Yeah.
of city parking, such that like it's just
I
kind of
thought-
pulled up on the side of the road.
I thought Boston was the impossible landscapes we had all along.
That's why they had to do
The
big
impossible
dig.
landscapes are inside us.
Mhm.
So you pull into one of those parallel parking spots. We'll roll over your drive check to say that you can, because you already succeeded on that check. And, are you? I missed it. Is Mayday jumping out? Are you like getting out somewhere else?
Yeah, I think if I kind of walk down a little ways, like act like I got dropped off by an Uber and they just dropped me off a little bit further away from my destination,
Luck.
and go to the car and like get the car started, start driving back towards the truck.
Excellent. Mayday.
Yes.
You start heading down the street on foot now. Do you have your briefcase? Yeah. Make me an alertness check.
Oh boy. Okay. So close. So close.
What'd you get?
49 over 43.
Okay. You don't see any authorities, no cops. Seems normal.
All right. Walking
Approach.
down the road, kind of carrying my kind of carrying my suitcase like in front of me, like kind of have like both hands on the handle like in front of me, and I'm almost kind of like every once in a while my knee kind of like kicks it a little bit as I'm walking, but
Yeah,
maybe my
feeling that
hands
is-
are tired.
This really tight close up of Thelma, just like, and then we like see a shot of her hands just white knuckling this briefcase as she like her eyes dart back and forth. And this is a busy street. There's people coming and going. There's like 5 Dunkin' Donuts across the street. There's all sorts of places. And as you turn, you see the Stone Motel. You walk over and you find these yahoos all loading things into the other car, or getting ready to before you can arrive with the keys. Like they're just like clearing out the truck. Anything else you guys are doing?
Am I being kidnapped? Is that what this is? Have I been kidnapped?
You're not a kid.
What? You want me to come with all of you for some reason I'm having a hard time comprehending. Could you, I don't know, give me like 100 words on why that is?
All right. Well, for one, you fucked up our chances at Dorchester House. 2, you clearly know something about the fucking demons we've been interacting with. 3, I don't know when that $1 million are gonna be coming to you, but like, I feel like I'm owed fucking something for all this shit. Frankly, I feel like all of us are owed something. So, thank you for your contribution in advance. 4, look, you're free to be on your own on the hunt from the cops all you want, but I'm throwing my shit in the back of this car and going. And gonna leave it at that.
But I haven't done anything. Why would they? This morning I was making Instagram posts. And now I'm a fugitive with all of you for some reason?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think cops needed a fucking reason? They're pieces of shit.
Okay.
You're so distrustful.
I sound distrustful?
No, both of you distrustful. We're in this together now.
Let fucking Anglerfish explain to you. I'm just gonna be. Am I driving this thing right here?
Mayday is there now. Thelma just walked up.
I was gonna say, am I like at the car ready to drive back, or have I already gotten back to them?
You tell me. What do you do? Also, hi Hoop.
I hope and hopes, baby.
Hi Hoop and Hoops, baby. You tell me. What do you do when you're gonna go get the car and drive and pick them up at the truck? Is that right?
Yeah. Did you say that
Okay.
somebody was at the cars?
I don't know. You can go and get the car if you want. That's fine.
Okay.
So you get it. You walk up to the car in the parking lot.
Yep.
It awaits you. You're you still have the keys. They're on your person.
Okay.
Open it up.
Yeah.
Get in. It is as you left it. You pull out of the. It's like a diagonal parking space. Pull out and do a loop around to go out of the exit, and you pass by the lobby of the Stone Motel, where you checked in with that woman the first day you were there. I forget what her name was because it was like a year ago. Roll me another alertness check.
Does it affect anything that I did not sign in to the motel with this lady?
Well, I guess we'll see.
Okay. Nope. I don't know much.
She's just back there. You see her, like, you see the clerk just working behind the desk, got a laptop, and then you watch her turn and go into the office behind her.
Like as she sees me get in the car, she turns and.
As you pass by, like, it's right by the entrance onto the street. You know? And so you can see in there, like, you can see through a glass door and see her at the desk. And you just see the truck down the street, you pull out. A little bit tense, but you pull up and you stop your car in front of everyone. And your car, thankfully, has 4 doors. There's a back seat and everything.
kind of gesture like, you know, let's do this fast. I'll get out if Maltese, do you want to drive?
I would like to drive. Yeah.
All right. So I was gonna say I don't think I have much of a drive skill, so I don't want to sit there and yeah, no, I'm gonna like, what is it, the fire drill thing where you all just get in different parts of the car.
That's offensive to Maltese because he's a firefighter. No,
Sorry.
You all just shuffle around. You can load some stuff into the trunk if you want. Whatever. You all get in there. And then as you sort of sit there in the car, the question again becomes, where do you go?
I think before we decide that, I do mention to Maltese really fast that I don't know if the lady would recognize me from the motel, but just like, she saw me. I know she did. She kind of like walked away shortly after. I hope, you know, probably nothing, but maybe we decide as we're driving where we want to go next.
Right. Does Nicholas get in the car?
I mean, not easily. Can I go home? I keep asking you to take me home, and none of you are. It's like you're ignoring me. Like you can't even hear what I'm saying. I just want to go home. I don't want to be part of whatever this is.
That's the thing. You can't really opt out once you've opted in.
I haven't opted into anything.
You know more than you think. So,
Okay.
Plus, we are trying to go home.
we've decided where we're going yet. Moment.
Maltese is running back up in the room and bagging all of the weapons that Magnolia had left out in the room.
So many guns.
So many guns. Quickly just shoving them all back in a way he knows Magnolia.
So many
would
felonies.
be. Just really quickly just shoving them all into a fucking go bag and
Yeah, you like I said, like you have all your stuff. So you have the room key.
coming back out like some NRA Santa.
You NRA Santa out and
Chucking in the bag. I don't have time to
Right. You do pass, like you have to pass by the front desk, right?
Just garbage.
And there's nothing there alarming or anything like that. Apparently, whoever's at the desk is in the back. There's a little bell that you ring if you need her.
Going right to the car, throw it in the trunk.
Mm-hmm. Clack clack.
Is that like obviously like from Nicholas? Is that obviously guns that he just put in the trunk? Or
it's not that far fetched. You want me to make me an int time spot? No, it's pretty much guns. Like
you know what?
Maybe
It's
You're
just
smart.
guns.
Maybe some clothes like in between the guns. Maybe they're not all clacking around. Maybe.
How would, and only Colin can answer this, how would Magnolia have packed that bag? Or like what would he have, like foam carrying cases for all the guns?
I think it all went out the window because I think from what Maltese just said, he just grabbed all the guns and just threw them in a bag.
Well, if there was a case, he would have used the case.
If they were laid out, as it was kind of implied, it's like, you know, hey, here's all the weapons that we have.
Yeah, they were on
Here's what
display.
we could use. It's like,
Yeah. If they were out, then yeah, it's guns. Like it's obviously guns. Oh wow. Okay. Fine. I'm clearly in over my head. I've asked you to take me home. You've refused, and now you're clearly all armed and dangerous, and the police are shooting at you. I think I finally understand what's going on. You're criminals, and I am a captive. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. My name is Nicholas. My mother is Allison. My father is James. Do you want me to write them a ransom letter or something like that? They have money. Plenty of money. Just don't hurt me. Don't torture me, at least. If you're gonna kill me, just kill me, but don't... Just shoot me or something. Don't take a really long time to do it or anything like that, okay? Yeah? And then we all get along jolly, and then you get paid off, and then I go home, and that's that? Yeah?
We're going home.
Car. Everyone's in?
I mean, yeah, but he's now, with that incredibly not reassuring answer, he is now convinced that he is a hostage.
Hostage. Yeah. I
Oh,
like that.
that's great.
Pull away. Tommy, you're behind the wheel. Where does this car go?
We gotta get out of town. Like, fast. So, Tommy does the one thing he swore to himself he'd never do. He's gonna take a gas stop in Connecticut.
Those prices, though.
The prices are ridiculous, but
terrible.
sacrifices must be made.
Gas prices are definitely better in Connecticut than they are in Boston.
How
I would
dare
die
you.
on that hill.
All right, this is probably the most important role we've ever had on the show. Turk,
gas
I
price
need
roll.
a luck check to see if you've got enough gas to get to Connecticut.
He makes
If I have
us
to-
drive all the
if I have
time.
to-
He's got to
if I
know.
have to stop 2% out of 50.
Yeah, baby.
You do? You do have enough. I don't have any villain points, do I? This is when I would use it. Someone tell me if I have a villain point.
That'd be hilarious.
Okay.
No?
No.
Hold on.
All right.
I don't think you do, though. I didn't see
I
any come
don't
up.
I'm
So-
going to talk very
Let me
slowly.
see. I see. Give a hero. I'm on the mod page right now. I
Just
see give a hero point.
in
I see 2
case.
give a hero points from 2 hours ago.
Everyone still feels bad that I killed Magnolia.
Maximum
They're
of
not
3
giving me
hours
any villain
ago.
points.
No, maximum of 3 hours ago. We don't have any villain points. We have Appreciate Monty. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Oh, why? No!
Roll it again.
We were
Because I
so
believe
close.
in you. I believe in you.
Roll it again.
Fantastic.
I spent it.
Damn. Can't-
Fantastic.
You know what?
You could
not
see.
my,
It's a
not my-
50-50.
not my pick for 98, but I guess 35 out of 50.
Bam!
Yeah.
And his villain point is gone. Strategic.
And we got a gif of Turk flipping us off.
Strategic.
You have enough gas to get over the border into Connecticut. And you pull off. What kind of gas station do you pull off at?
Okay, so knowing this drive entirely too well, the first rest stop with a gas
Mhm.
station in Connecticut would probably be something you have to pull off the actual highway for. But I'd love to offer this kind of break a little bit because we're existing in a fantasy world, because this is a really delightful thing about just crossing the Massachusetts Connecticut border.
Okay.
There is a bookshop / restaurant right on the border where you
Yeah.
can rent a
Place.
book,
Love
and
that
also
You don't rent
know,
a book, you get a book
you
with
get
your
a-
meal.
You get a book with your meal.
You
and
get a
I
book
think
with your
there
meal.
should be a gas station right next to that we can
Okay.
stop at and potentially get a meal at.
I was going to
Um,
suggest Papa Gino's, but I'm good with that.
Your drive to Connecticut is unmolested by authorities of any kind. And you arrive at this gas stop here. You pull up to fill up. What's everyone else doing? Are you going to go get a book and a meal? Gonna go use the bathrooms? This is like the Delta Green stuff. That's like the ordinary, everyday. What's the mundane, monotonous stuff that you're doing?
I'll let everyone else go first.
Maltese is filling up the car.
Yep, yep. It is 2015, so it's like $2 and something. What a time.
God bless that war in Iraq.
Oh gosh.
I mean, I'll just call you out. Aaron, what are you doing?
So I think Aaron's gonna hop out, and just like walk towards the bathrooms.
Yeah.
You know, wash her hands, everything. And is her phone in her pocket?
Yeah.
She's going to like first see if she has like any missed messages.
Tell me about Aaron's bond. What the heck? Wow, that was a sneeze and a half. Who are Aaron's bonds?
She has her ex-girlfriend Katie, who
Yeah.
left her for a better job, and another agent that was like,
Reeves.
yeah, Agent Reeves. That was like her co.
You have a message from Katie, which is weird. And it looks like here's the thing is she's been in psychiatric care. You have for weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least a couple weeks, and it looks like this was sent maybe a week ago. And I mean, you didn't have your phone before now, right? So now you have it back, and it sort of lights up, and it's from Katie.
Quickly click it.
It says, "Hey, it's me. I'm guessing you won't see this, at least not for a while, anyway. I heard they sent you to some, I don't know, hospital or something for mental stuff. I hope you're okay." And that's it.
Is there a period at the end?
No.
Anglerfish just focuses on that message. And is gonna wait a moment and then type back. But do you really care? ...
Roll me a luck check.
At least my luck is better. Nope.
You see ... the ellipse, as if she's typing a message. And then it stops. And you don't get one back.
She's gonna like copy paste the message 3 times. Like, but do you actually?
You still don't get a response.
Damn it. She's gonna call her.
Goes to voicemail. It goes straight to voicemail.
Is the voicemail box set up?
Yeah, it's just your normal voicemail. Hey, this is Katie. Can't get to the phone. Leave a message.
Hey Katie, it's Maynard, but you probably know that. I don't know why you're not answering my texts. I don't know why you're not answering your phone, but I really could have used you, like, here with me or something, but apparently your job is better than us, more important than us, so maybe just, you know, if you're not going to care about our friendship or anything like that, just don't call me anymore. Just lose my number. Anyways, don't bother calling me back.
Message ends. You end the call, you know. I'm gonna say, who else? What does Mayday do? What does Thelma do?
Oh, we're saying that there's a gas station right next to the restaurant. Okay. I think she's just gonna stay in the car, honestly. If she knows that we're gonna be getting food after this, I think
Sure.
she's kind of just like, I don't want to risk any like interactions with any strangers or anyone that could recognize her.
From where the car is positioned, you can actually, and I don't know, Turk, if this is true to life, but you can see into the restaurant through a window or something. Yeah, you're muted, so I'm not even gonna pretend like
The picture I put in chat is the restaurant.
Oh, good. I want to see it. Hold on.
It has some big windows, so
It looks like an IHOP, but with a shorter
Perfect.
people.
It absolutely. You can see through one of those big side windows, and you're just sitting there, kind of dissociating and like staring ahead, trying to like make sense of everything that's going on and process all this stuff about, is reality real? Is like what Timothy Bale told us true? That this is the illusion that we're living in right now. And you watch as a waitress behind the... Is there a counter, Turk? You don't even know.
there's
You
like
watch-
a hostess stand, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you watch as the hostess behind the hostess stand, like shows someone to their table and sits them down, and then returns to the hostess stand and reaches down and opens up a cabinet and crawls inside it and closes it behind her.
She's gonna lose grip of the pump for a bit, and it's gonna like come back to it and continue to fill. But
Oh, that was Mayday seeing that, by the way. That was Mayday, just sort of like spacing out. Do you want to see something creepy, Tommy?
no,
Do you want me
I'm
to tell you about the
pumping
creepy thing that I saw?
Too bad.
Do you want me to tell you about the creepy thing that I saw?
No.
I'm probably going to tell you that we're not going to go into the restaurant.
What you see is that Mayday tenses up and like looks like disturbed, like a little bit skeeved.
Yeah, well, like that's fucking par for the course.
More than usual.
There's a scale, and she's usually very far on the scale of anxious, but this is even worse.
Gonna
She's breathing heavily. She's sweating. Like you can see it through the window of the truck. Or the car, sorry.
tap the glass. All good in there?
We should go in there.
We should go in there.
I don't
Like-
think. I don't think we should go in there.
Gotta find a way to get through it. Okay, yeah, fine.
Tommy,
Yeah, okay. Weird to use my real name, but yeah.
you look there. You look at the restaurant. Just be like, what's the problem? You know, like everything's weird, but what's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
You look through the window and everything seems fine. There are people, a couple tables have couples at it, you know, and stuff. They're sitting enjoying their things. And the longer you look, the more fake it is. You notice that one of the people, there's a person standing outside the restaurant, and they're wearing like a coverall uniform, you know, but it's obviously like a costume. And you look a little bit longer and you see they have stage makeup on. And then you look back to the window of the restaurant and you see people just sort of like pretending to eat and read, but they're obviously acting. Like when they're talking, you swear for just a minute, even from here, you can hear or lip read someone saying, watermelon, 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 watermelon.
Peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and
Peas and
carrots.
carrots, peas and carrots.
I was taught peas, carrots, mashed potatoes.
Oh,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
interesting.
I was taught pizza French fry, but that was a ski lesson.
Oh,
Mhm. I'd like both of you, Mayday and Tommy, both of you, make me a sanity check.
oh no. Do
52. Turn it
you
off.
still have 72?
So much
Ow.
sanity. You're so sane.
I'm up here.
So freaking sane.
So I'm basically, I saw my own thing, and then I'm seeing Tommy kind of look like, oh,
Well, you
what,
see
we're
Tommy
fine,
look.
and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like, face just like visibly change as he's taking things in, and just be like,
Yeah,
oh, so this is real, okay?
exactly. And Tommy reacts. You, Mayday, take a point of sanity loss.
I already don't have a
Tommy,
lot
you're
of-
okay. But how do you communicate to one another what's going on here?
Hey. So we're not going in there. I get you. We'll find somewhere else, somewhere this says instead of shop. But we need. Hey, look at me. He leans into the window. Just look at me. We still have to get her out, alright?
I know.
I saw her. You know? For Magnolia's sake, we're getting her the fuck out. She's smart, she's already taken the pot, so. But assuming she's not so up there.
We've dealt with Nutso before.
Lonnie, to end this week's episode,
Oh.
I'd like you to roll me a sanity check against whether or not you are going to lash out with your intermittent explosive disorder. He is talking to you, and he is talking down at you through the window and giving you orders, basically, telling you how it's going to be. And you can feel, is it the potsu that's still in your stomach? Is it something else boiling up that you want to punch him in the face?
I rolled a 29. So I think she's sitting there and she's white knuckling that suitcase again.
You just push it down.
Justin.
I'd like one more Nicholas moment here, I think.
Okay, I just had something because I didn't get to do anything at the end.
Yeah.
I swear to God, you know me. It's a beat for you to end on anyway, so don't worry.
I
about
love it.
It's just that because when they are all having Nicholas slipped away from the car.
Mhm.
Well,
Where is he?
You know, he is out behind the restaurant by the dumpster with his phone out,
Yeah.
going, "Well, hello, followers. Oh, got kidnapped again."
That's what it
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, the gang's on the run. And if you thought that the night world was bad, we're in Connecticut.
So much worse than Carcosa.
Absolutely. But who knows what the future will hold? We'll be back here next week to continue their run. I don't know, their whatever comes next. I need to know, for clarity's sake, Turk, when Tommy was talking to Thelma, what were you referring to? You're saying she's in there. You're still muted, my
bud.
love. Yeah, you're muted there, bud.
Anyway,
Yeah, bud.
Hey, bud. So,
Hey there, bud.
So I was remind you that,
Okay.
end of last season's. Well,
Okay, Turk. Turk K.
okay.
Turk.
All right. Well, let's me go off there for a second. There. Well, while Magnolias and Maltese's was in theirs. I'll have you remember, the Maltese made his way onto a dance floor at the very end of his run there, before he
Yeah.
had to drink his friend. And he had that vial of patsu.
Yep.
And to a lavish dance floor, he saw somebody with a bluebird mask, which he'd been
yeah.
told to look for
Yeah.
by a certain somebody, established eye contact, and
It was a
had-
cat mask, but it
cat
was
mask.
blue.
Sorry, yes, blue, and it chucked it towards them before deciding to sip upon the font of their friend,
Mhm.
because
And we don't know if whoever that was drank it or not. But are you saying that Tommy is like, we got to get in there and get her out?
he's been told she's important, I believe, or is like, hey,
Yeah.
this is like a person. And the thing with Tommy is he's fire rescue. He got into this because he's pulled people out of bad situations.
Yeah.
So him seeing someone in dire straits, this isn't a fire, but this is somehow worse. Absolutely
Mhm.
wants to pull Abigail right out of the flames of the King in Yellow.
Mhm. And it seems like Abby has given you the instructions on how to do that,
Mm-hmm.
or at least
Oh.
how to reach her. But that's for a future episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And also, it kind of feels like we're doing like the closing. So let's start with you, Turk. What else do you have going on? My Turk star, my highlight of you for the week is the consistent reminder that you live in Boston.
Which is, of course, as per this session, an actual extension of the King in Yellow's domain, which feels very accurate.
Official.
These roads. The amount of one-ways I have to navigate to get my office and back. They claim it's cattle, but we know the truth now, chat. Anyway, not even to bring up your challenge you laid upon me.
It was great. That was all. I had both of those written down.
All
That
right.
You did. If you're gonna hop like a bun, if you're gonna act like a wiener.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that sorted and my honor restored, I am Turk 4, Turk accented, if you too seek purification. Anyway, if you want to see more of my face, and you like things I do and the words I say, then of course you can find me both here on Lost Caravan and also on Neon Lights Roleplay, where the next time you can see me is on the 4th, though I will also say that's during our Week on the Wild Side event coming up here in March, which we're going to have a great charity run here. If you're not already familiar, but we're going to be having a whole week of wildlife-themed episodes pitched to us by the ever wonderful Sir Heckalot, and more official stuff will come out eventually, very soon, actually. So log in for that. But if you want a little detour, our latest episode of Oathsworn will be, as it's been pre-recorded, will be broadcast on the 4th. Beyond that, of course, I am here for Delta Green. I have no other Thursday commitments. I am here 1,000%. I am so happy to be able to say that. Whew. Anyway,
Thank you.
Beyond that,
Thank you for your commitment and your support.
I am happy to provide it in a million different ways. But on the 11th, I will be running Caravan of Cthulhu. We'll be running Oops All Mobsters for March. We'll be playing Dead Man Stomp with a bunch of, mobster types. I'll also be on Fathomless Gears on the 10th, which is run by Ralph, who is on Interpoint Station, a very awesome friend of the channel. Beyond that, a lot of really exciting projects coming up, but I'll just say follow the people you see on your screen here. I pop up where they are sometimes, and if not, know that I'm on Neon Lights Roleplay and Lost Caravan. And if you want to see me torment Hoop in Lancer, hold out for April. That's my big
I
thing.
do want to see that.
It's pretty fun, you know. I get to play God. Anyway, back to you.
Thank you, Turk. Love you. We're kind of out of a weird order, so let's just we'll go to Sam. Sam.
Hey, hey.
I love Anglerfish being the odd agent out here. You know, as much as Nicholas is an odd duck, like is just thrown into this group. Anglerfish is just the wild card, right? Where she, like, you were talking about all this stuff from like the first mission, and Anglerfish is like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm Team King in Yellow. Let's go. And like, I love the cheerful enthusiasm that you bring to that mindset. And the fact, like, you trying to talk Nicholas into things. But I think more than anything, the thing that I love about Anglerfish is that as an FBI agent, she wears a hat that says FBI on it. It's kind of like Turk reminding me that he lives in Boston. So it's just right there. But fantastic stuff from you tonight. Where are you? What are you doing? Are you happy to be official MCEL member this season?
I am very happy to be official MCEL and be Manglerfish. And
Manglerfish.
I hope to mangle things in the future. It'll be great.
Oh, I expect you will, and I can't wait.
But no, I think little does the group know, Anglerfish is this happy all the time, even when not insane. So
yeah, she's just happy, and
it's just
the king has
me.
infected that happiness. But you're happy.
I will share the happiness with all of them, and they will understand, because that's the only way she could truly be happy.
True.
Anyways.
Sam, do you have anything else coming up? Anything going on?
I might have some things coming up during that charity week thing that Turk mentioned, but confirming, not denying. But I think everybody should definitely show up there. Other than that, there's other things in the pot in April that you might see either on the Lost Caravan or someplace else. I'm just keeping it all very close to my chest. But I do have a website called Indie Scribbles that I review indie TTRPGs. I haven't done anything lately because work is sucking out my soul, but I will get back to it.
Your willpower points.
My willpower points.
Work is sucking out your willpower points. Yeah, I understand that. But I'm so glad you're here, and we're so glad you're in the cast. And it's a great, this is a great vibe. Adding Jana will even improve it even more. And maybe if Liv comes back to us mid-season even more, we'll see. But thank you, Sam, for being here. We'll see you next week, too. Let's jump around some more down to Lonnie. Hi, Lonnie.
Hello.
I love Mayday is different than she was last season, and you can tell. And it's whatever happened last time changed her, and you can see that within her. But you play that in such a clear and tactile way of like the stress and the anxiety of that and all those things. I will say that one thing that I was most proud of, and you get a gold star for, I just mentioned the name of that indie film that was so important to you. And important, oh, there goes Video Ninja again. And important to Nicholas as well. But you clocked it. And you jumped right in with the role play. And that just, I love when that happens, when somebody makes a connection without it being spoon-fed. And so thank you for that.
And of course, I mean, that was also the main reason that got me involved with Delta Green, technically. So you did a really great job of prepping me with it and giving me all the information.
Don't make this about me.
I'm going to, and you have to accept it. But I appreciate that I'm finally able to see you, because Hoop just inhibited my vision again, and then you disappeared like 2 seconds later. So now I can say thank you.
Yeah, Hoop will do that.
Hoop's a bully.
Lonnie, what do you have coming up? Do you have any other shows coming up?
Yes. So I
No, Hoop's bullying me now.
Because you called him a bully.
cycle.
Oh, me too. All right.
We're just not. You know what? This is how we play the game. We're not allowed to see each other, but the stream can see all of us. So we're not
Right,
able to like
right.
see the person's facial features or anything. It'll be chaos. But yes, so I am actually in 2 shows during Wild Week. I will say that I'm in the one that Sam is keeping close to her chest, so I will leave that be, but check it out on the 6th. It's going to be really, really fun. Also on the 5th, I will be in the Deep Forest, which is being run by Other Doc, which is also incredibly exciting. It sounds like it's it's not really role playing because it's more of like a world building experience when you're in it. And it just sounds really fascinating, and I'm so excited about it. I am also in the Oops All Mobsters, which I'm very excited about. I am leading full mobster, not having any skills in any kind of like library search. I'm just gonna like, okay, what can I shoot? Oh, okay,
Hey.
here's the story of this thing that's happening. Okay, but what can I
Forget
shoot?
about it.
So it's gonna be fun. And then other than that, I am here every Thursday, and I think I have a 2-shot the 19th and the 26th, I believe, of Simba Room, but that, first of all, that is still unclear if I'm saying the name of it correctly, even though I've already played this game once before. And 2, we just haven't had a chance to plan for it yet, so it'll be one of those things to get excited about.
You
But
know
that's
who
me.
knows a lot about that? Is that Sam up there? Right? You know Simbarao? Simbarao is how I'm gonna say it.
I thought it was like Simbarum, and then it was Simbaroom, and then it was Simbarao. Like, I don't know.
Simbaroom sounds
say it how
like
they
it's
know
the bedroom of a lion cub.
It's like me and Workforce.
Simba's room.
Simba's room. Simba's room. All right,
I
well,
think
thank
I've
you,
heard
Lonnie.
like 6 different people tell me different ways, and I don't actually remember most of the ways since the last time I played it. So it's Simbaroom for now until somebody tells me otherwise.
I Lonnie, my honorable mention for you this week is when Nicholas is this was the trifecta week where there are 3 different definitions of agent going around. And there was one part where Nicholas said, I have an agent, and you said, isn't that your agent outside, pointing to the real estate agent, but also you're an agent. So that was just delightful.
I didn't even clock that at the time, but yeah, that was
Right?
that was good.
But speaking of Colin, you wonder why I
Not
keep
currently
killing
here.
your characters. And then you show up with another amazing character. It should
Let
be
me get him.
plain.
Hold on. All right, praise me. Continue.
You're all right. No, you're fantastic, and Nicholas is fantastic.
Nicholas.
And I hope that even like with the exposition episode, you got some nice little twists and stuff, things he could do that he didn't know he could do, and other weirdness. But what a delightful asshole! My highlight from Nicholas was when Anglerfish said to him, maybe it was Mayday, said, "You sure know a lot about demons," and he said, "Yes, I do know a lot." That was the whole sentence. It was just like the most head up his ass thing, but I'm excited that he's at least willing to be a hostage so we can skip past the, I don't know, the manufactured grouping of it.
I like that. That was really funny. How we said during break, I'm like, hey, like this guy's not sold on this. He's gonna try to walk away from it. I trust you guys to come up with some reason to keep him around. You know, it'll make sense. We'll make it work. And then Turk came out with all the guns, and he's like, okay, I'm a hostage now. That's what it is. I'm being.
Yep, there's the reason.
These people are criminals.
They're armed.
They're armed, and I'm a hostage. Okay, that's
And
enough
you just-
reason for me.
And you just made an Instagram video about it. Let's add that into the mix.
Sorry,
Can I-
yeah,
Very
wait,
clear.
I've been kidnapped again.
Again. Can we unpack that phrase?
No.
Okay.
And I want to do this, by the way. I heard this the other day on a podcast on this too. That's an actual play podcast. I would love to do this with this group, not now because it's late, but maybe next time before we start, which is that when you go around at the start of a session, they call it lore dumps. You provide one fact about your character that is absolutely canonically true. The only rule is that no one can ask any follow-up questions.
Are there any prompts at all, or is it just any lore dump you want?
Freeform.
We're gonna do that next week.
But
we'll do it next week.
There's gonna be no follow-up questions. So yes, Nicholas has been the victim of at least one kidnapping. I will not be taking questions.
I love it.
No, my original plan was that he was gonna go into the gas station and go up to the counter and be like, "Hi, I'm being kidnapped. These people are armed."
Here's what I want to impress upon all of you. Seeing as the guardrails are off this season in terms of I'm not trying to force you to the Dorchester house or this or whatever, blah blah blah. I do want to say that like you could have done that. And, and we would see what happens. I just love it's a wide open plot. Colin, talk about yourself some more. What are you doing? What's going on?
Nah, I got a client in court next week, so that's kind of
all right. And when is that going to be streaming?
No, they don't stream those, which is a shame because I tell you what, the drama, the sheer goss that goes on in the.
Don't forget to yes and the judge.
Oh, they love that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, but they really love that. Yeah.
No,
or sit down.
Or sit down. No, yeah, they love that. Don't have anything going on. I recently GM'd a game of Blades in the Dark that I thought was like okay.
It was fantastic. And
gonna be doing more of that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I want to see Midnight Runners come back.
I would like to do more Midnight Runners. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you for I want to say thank you to my audience who are out there in Stream World watching me. I really appreciate it.
Travelers.
They're my fellow travelers. Thank you so much. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Turk, we broke him.
I love the like I feel like it's a mid-credit scene of Nicholas behind the gas.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see more of him next week.
It was the Marvel mid-credit scene.
I think Turk is broken.
Okay.
I'm Doc Grimbo.
You are.
Here. We'll be back next week with the ongoing saga of season 3, and Jana will be back. And we'll see what Maple's fate is and what they do. Here's the thing: is like they could very well die, or if the king wants, they can keep her alive. So we'll see. And until then, come see me on Tuesday of the next 2 weeks, I think, are the final 2 episodes of our Star Trek Adventures stream on Modifius, their Twitch stream, or Mophidius, if you're our friend Tom. So you can come on by and watch that. I play a space therapist. And last week, not this week, but last week, he shot his demigod with a phaser, and also later in the episode, beamed down to his house to get DoorDash for everyone, and then beamed back up to the ship. So,
for that guy, would you say
we're going to see Waffles Maple Syrup, and Hoops already started the raid. So everyone, thank you, thank you for being here. Until next time, may all your landscapes be impossible, and so long, fellow travelers.
So long.